Let's jump to this story from NBC News. Secretaries of State get ready for possible challenges to Trump's ballot access. Arizona Secretary of State is the latest to say his office is grappling with the potential effects of a move to block Trump from the ballot. Okay, you got Arizona, you got New Hampshire, you've got Florida, and it's going to keep happening. My friends, if in October of 2024, they announce at least one state, Donald Trump's name has been removed for he is an insurrectionist under the 14th Amendment, do not be surprised. They've indicted him. They've indicted his lawyers. This is not above them. I think at that point, things get bad. But Tucker Carlson was saying that they're not going to let Trump win. They won't do COVID. They'll start war with Russia, which we're already in, but they'll formally declare. Do you think they would be beyond that? It is beyond them to do this, these Democrats? What they're doing now in Arizona is they're going, oh, gee, golly, it's such a hard question. I mean, we want to be fair, but Donald Trump did an insurrection. Right. Guess we got to remove his name. And they're talking about taking his name off the primary.
Yes. Yeah.
This is why I think all the Republicans should drop out, because Trump is the clear front runner. And if Arizona or New Hampshire or Florida takes his name off the primary ballot, and this results in, say, Vivek or DeSantis winning, neither of them will win in the general, and it will cause a major rupture and split, giving the election to Joe Biden.
Maybe, but Chuck Todd loves Vivek. I watched that interview. Did you guys see those guys? Chuck really respects that guy. I think he's like, Chuck is terrified of Trump and annoyed with Trump and is like, yo, this guy's actually smart and has a plan and he's interesting to listen to.
I don't get the feeling that people that would be considered mainstream are giving Vivek any serious respect.
They're claiming that he said 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah, last weekend he was on Chuck Todd. It was pretty cool. Chuck, at first he was a little confrontational, like combative, and then Chuck started to soften up, and you can tell he's got a lot of respect for him. I think. So
what do you think about Trump having his name removed from the ballot?
I think it's definitely not above the Democrats to try and do that. And listen, beneath, yes, sorry. and trust me, as someone who's had to go around the country and fight for ballot access for our candidates for the last 6 years, I mean, it sucks. But yeah, I don't think it's beneath the Democrats. I think they'll definitely try.
What do you think happens if in the general October they take Trump's name off of, say, Georgia, Wisconsin, and Arizona?
I mean, Trump's not going to win.
But how does this country react? I mean,
I think it's going to be violent.
Yeah,
100%. I think it's going to get violent. You think January 6th will look like a cakewalk? I believe.
What is a cakewalk?
It was a game. It was a game we used to play in elementary school where you would win cakes. Yes, absolutely. Really? Yeah, it was a game we used to play in the. I don't remember how we played it,
with blindfolds.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember, but I know that it was a game where you won cakes. People brought cakes, and then you played this game. And people won
I don't even
cakes.
think violence like that's necessarily the first thing that'll happen. I think if people just start doing massive occupations of places, like that's going to be the scary thing. You're just going to see thousands of souls. Not even necessarily violent or angry, occupying places.
Yeah, I think it'll be really ugly.
It started as get-togethers on slave plantations, where people would have dance contests to win cake.
Oh, cool.
We played it. We played it in school when I was a kid. Oops.
You can't do it now because the school is going to say it's got slave connotations.
The reason I brought up Chuck Todd seeming to enjoy Vivek is because I think this is understood. They're going to remove Trump from the ballot. They're going to stop. I mean, and they're going to try. They've already decided he's not going to be the president. We have a deep state. Get it through your head. And they're trying to soften Vivek on the people right now so that they're not so upset and they have someone to vote for.
I don't trust Vivek. I don't trust.
But they just want them to vote for him. They just want him to suck it up and vote for him.
I think listen. I think that first of all, I've called Vivek out on Twitter a million times for a debate. If you're watching this, I'd love to debate you anytime. But I know that you'll get kicked out of the primary debates if you do that. I understand.
Is that a rule or something? Or
apparently, I did not know this, but I've been challenging him to a debate for a while. He said some things in the debates that I take issue with, and I'd like to talk to him, at least just talk to him on my show about it. And someone actually posted the RNC's rules that says if any candidate takes part in any of the unsanctioned debates around the country, they will be immediately removed.
What if you guys are just here having a conversation?
Yeah, that would be different, and I'd be okay with that.
It's not a debate, right?
Yeah, long form panel. I'd be down with that.
But I don't think Vivek will do it because I mentioned him talking with Dave Smith, and he was more like,
oh yeah, he was like, I'm only going to go for the real candidates, Trump.
Yeah, well, he's not even gonna get within 10 feet of Trump. That's the thing.
Trump doesn't want to debate.
And I said that. I said, I'm likely to be on the ballot as a libertarian. Well, yeah, I guess that would change things. And I said that the Republican debate, the primary debate, was just a VP interview. That's really what it was.
I think Vivek's great.
Yeah.
I don't think he's perfect. I don't think any politician is out there with like their actual diary, broadcasting their thoughts. A lot of what they say is well-crafted planning. You go to someone like Vivek and he runs a biotech firm and you say, what's your position on Aleppo? He's going to be like, to be completely honest, I don't know enough about it.
Right.
I haven't thought enough about it. And it'd be difficult for me to give you an answer. Vivek is the kind of guy who would say something like that on the spot, but go research it, and then come back and give you a general cursory response. So what that means to me is when you ask him on these debate stages, like, how do you feel about Medicare and Medicaid? He'll give you an answer, but it's like it's not like his specialty.
Right.
So he's giving you the political response. But just from meeting the guy, we've had him on IRL twice, once with me, once with Seamus, and we've had him on the Culture War. I mean, it feels like you're talking to a real person.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, we've had politicians, and I cringe without naming anybody. You have the politicians on the show that are playing the politician game, and it is so annoying. Yeah. It's like, dude, don't come on this show if you're not going to be definitive on your positions and your answers. No, Vivek outright was like, he's just like chilling. Yeah. And I'm like, what about service guaranteeing citizenship? And he's like, yeah. And then we talked about the idea that if you want to vote in this country, after you, male or female, sign up for the selective service, you get a voter ID card. Right. And that's it. I really like that idea. I don't think it's perfect, but I like the idea.
I like the idea as well. I don't think that limiting voting is a winning argument. I don't think that there's an appetite in the United States for it.
You don't want to abolish the 19th Amendment?
I didn't say that. I know
so yes,
there is a difference between what I want and what I think there is an appetite for in the United States.
True.
There's a significant diffence.
Your ideals aren't necessarily your platform.
Phil, I got a plan for you guys. It's really, really simple.
Let me hear it.
It is called the Omnibus Bill, and what you do is you write a single sentence. Or you write a sentence that says, citizens of the United States may only vote with a voter ID received after registering for the selective service, irrespective of biological sex. And then you just slide it right in the middle of those 6,000 pages and watch them sign it.
I mean,
problem solved.
You have a point. But again,
no one's going to read it.
I don't support. I don't think that that's a good way to pass it either. I would love to see, a return to the idea that there are things that are acceptable for the federal government to legislate, and there are things that are not. And most things fall under the not category. And that's essentially the goal of limiting people's vote, right? Or the idea. The idea is there are things that people are voting on, that they're voting, in ways that harm the country and stuff. So, like, I get it that people are like, oh, we would like to limit the damage that's possible by the whims of people voting, because essentially that's what you're talking about. People vote on whims with emotions. And I understand, but I don't think that that's something that the right should really try to seriously engage in, because I think that it is a total loser.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a shutdown of morale. Like 90 million people will be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Even
strip people of their voting rights.
The same people that'll say, "Oh, this is a terrible idea," and blah blah blah. Those are the same people that will never read a goddamn book to vote. Like, they will go and they will vote for the most idiotic reasons. They'll vote because they like the guy's smile, or they like, she's whatever. They'll vote for the absolute most awful reasons. But then they'll sit there and be like, no, I need to have my vote counted because, I got to vote for the guy with the nicest smile because I can't be bothered.
Well, that happens. That
all
happens
the time.
Already.
Which is that's the whole reason to say you should limit votes.
Yeah. I think after the TV was invented, there's a big shift in presidential candidates became drastically more attractive.
Well, that's the famous story that Nixon on radio, they said he won, and on TV they said he lost. Because on TV he was sweaty and clammy.
That interview is that debate is awesome. He was so sweaty, and Kennedy came in so cool. And it's same thing with Clinton. In Clinton's first debate, he looked like a moron. And then he must have had somebody be like, look, this is where you messed up, this is where you messed up, this is where you messed up. And he examined it in his second debate, dominated George Bush.
You know why Trump crushes it in the debates? Because he's not giving you that canned political garbage.
Sure.
Because people are so tired and sick of, Deepwater Horizon as an oil spill. And the executive comes out and goes, we're sorry. We work really hard, and with your help and assistance, we will clean it. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
We know the moment you went back, you're sweating, and you're like, how much is my bonus going down? And then Donald Trump goes on stage and just interrupts and just says whatever, and it's like, Well, there you go.
I agree. I agree 100%. I definitely sympathize more with somebody who feels like a normal person than a canned response. And, that's my campaign's a blue-collar working class campaign who's trying to appeal to the middle class. So I get it 100%.
I like the fact that he's 6'3" and 215. Yeah. I think that's
definitely true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.